and I had done a couple sessions on this cat, and then the owner stood up from the couch without using her cane, and she looked at me and she said, "What did you do to me?" I said, "I was helping your cat." Hello, my name is Daphne McDonough. I live up here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I am a rehabilitation and wellness specialist who helps animals and people to live a life of balance and harmony. Sometimes I have the people come to my house, sometimes I go to them because they can't come to me. Horses typically don't like coming into the city, into my house, so I usually go to them. I am blessed and grateful to have pretty much all the products. I started with the lasers. This is the Lotus, and then I've also got the scalar wave laser, and I've got the different probes, the red, the infrared, and the violet. I've got the Wi-Fi. I've got the fabulous portal, which I swear by. Oh yes, and I have the plates, the wood plates, both sides, the small one and the big one. And I actually am blessed to also have the pads as well, the small and the large. I primarily work with whoever needs the help, whether it be people, whether it be animals. It kind of goes in ebbs and flows. Um, there's been a time when I was just working with horses at the racetrack here in Edmonton. There was a horse that had a bowed tendon and was injured and all hyper. And I went and I helped this horse, and it helped it to relax and get better. The most common issue, it seems, recently is stress and anxiety in their pets. Actually, the first cat I ever helped had a lot of joint and arthritic pain, and so did the owner. And I had done a couple sessions on this cat, and then the owner stood up from the couch without using her cane, and she looked at me and she said, "What did you do to me?" I said, "I was helping your cat." People and pets are one, and a lot of people are stressed out right now. So when I go to somebody's house to work on their pet, they're also getting the benefits of what I'm doing with their pet. If animals are in stress and anxiety and they're all, you know, they just keep getting worse and worse and worse. Like our own, like people, when our bodies are, we can't do anything. When we can relax and come into a place of still point, it makes a world of difference. I honestly feel better today at 47 than I did 20 years ago at 27 since I've been using these tools. When I work with any animal, um, be it horses, cats, dogs, dragons, bearded dragons, pets, I've even worked with a parrot once. Anyways, I help them to unwind first. I mean, the Scalarwave tools are amazing in helping the body to unwind from the stress and dis-ease that our body faces. And when our bodies aren't all tight like this, like bring our bodies to a state of still point in relaxation and being calm and open to receiving any energy healing that we need. Animals are so open and receptive to these amazing frequencies and energies. They have no judgments. They don't know. They just know that this feels good and they just accept it and they love it. I use all of the products to maintain my health and well-being. But to be completely honest, I turn this on every night. This is the portal. I love how the portal helps me. And when it's in my quantum field, how I pick up these frequencies. And I love how when I'm in a room with others that I'm picking up these frequencies, I can share these frequencies with them. What I love most about this product is that it's like the laser, but there's two things here that you can plug into. So you can plug it into the pad and you can plug it into a probe. Sometimes when I'm working with animals, I do have to use two separate devices. So, I mean, or if I'm working with a person, they're laying on the frequency or they're laying on the pad. And then if they've got something else going on, I can plug in one of the probes. One of my clients that I work with, actually, she uses both pads at the same time. I'll have her laying on the large pad, and then I'll plug the smaller pad in and I'll have that on her chest. I love the versatility. I love how when I turn the portal on and the different programs that I use, how I can see animals just go from to. There was one time I worked on this racehorse, this stud racehorse, and The owners were like, don't go into the stall with this horse. He will hurt you. I have pictures of me working with this animal, working with this horse. I'm bent down on my knee and I've got his knee over my knee because he's so relaxed. Like it's wonderful when I'm working with animals to see them yawn. Like horses, do you have any idea how big horses yawn? Horses have big mouths, but it's so funny to see a horse yawn or a dog yawn because they're relaxing and it's wonderful. I have a friend who used to have a barrel horse and they thought this horse was on its last leg. And so they had me come and do a session on it. I went on a Friday to do a session on this horse and it wasn't looking well. And then I went back the next day and it was like laying on its side. And I'm like, oh God, horse, it was just laying down. I went and I did another session on this horse. And at the end of the second session, the horse was standing up and eating cubes. It hadn't eaten cubes in 6 weeks. The infrared probe, I swear by the infrared probe, because to my understanding, the infrared light goes deeper into the tissue, bones, teeth, tendons, muscles, cartilage, and joints. I've actually used the violet probe. I've had people call me into their house when they want energies cleared in their house, or if there's stuck energies within them, they've asked me to use the violet probe just on them and around their field, their quantum fields. The pads, oh, my husband loves the pads. After a stressful work day, he'll come home, I plug the portal into the pad, turn it on unwind, and he's out. Animals are the same, like I said before. Animals and people are one and the same. They are in each other's fields. Animals, if a person is dealing with something that's really difficult for them, their pet will take on that energy. And so if I can get a person and their pet to relax and unwind at the same frequency, life is so much better. But what I use the plates for is when I do distance therapy sessions on animals and people around the world, is I take the plate. See, and this is where it's good to have the portal because the portal can plug in to the plate as well as one of the probes. So I take the plate and I plug the portal into that, and then I put a person's picture on top of that. But that's how I use the plates. I know that there's other people that use the plates to clear their food once they get it home from the grocery store, to clear anything off of there that doesn't need to be there. Wi-Fi is such an amazing tool. I believe that the EMFs are getting larger and larger on a grander scale. So yes, I want to do what I can to protect me and my family from any negativity that may come from that. What's really awesome about the Wi-Fi is that you can plug it in and just let it run. You don't have to start it, you don't have to stop it. It just, you plug it in and you let it go. You can forget about it and go on with your day. The lotus, you know what, the lotus, I love the lotus because it is the violet light, which works on the deeper emotional and auric field. I choose to use the lotus when I'm working with someone who needs some emotional support. Still point for me is that space between the breath. When the chaos of life is going on, I can step back and go, okay, I got this, and not go into chaos. I came back from a near fatal car accident when I was 15 years old. I had to learn to walk, talk, feed myself, and dress myself again at 15. Um, and I spent a lot of years healing. And it wasn't until I found the scalar wave energy tools that I could help my body to relax and unwind. Because I was always trying to get to that next thing to help me. And I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it. And then I found the laser and I thought, oh my goodness, I need to figure out how to get this in my hands. I truly believe that every home needs this in their life because it has changed mine. And as I said earlier, I feel better today at 47 than I did at 27. So 20 years ago. And I mean, I don't know how many 47-year-olds can say that they feel better today than they did 20 years ago. Thank you, Paul, for creating these amazing tools. Thank you for providing these options for for people so that they can help themselves and they can help others along the way. I am Daphne McDonough, and I love my laser.